An alternate way of creating a scene within the Equinox interface is to use an action known as emulate button. The idea being that we have a button either on a keypad as we're showing here or on an EQ40 that we want to have synchronized to a touchscreen interface, whether it be the 73, the 41, or the app on a tablet or phone. So with the scene existing or the task existing on a button, we will go into the Equinox interface, enter into settings, to scenes. We'll add a new scene, and we'll call it scene 1 to coordinate with what's on the keypad, albeit generically. And then we'll go into actions, and here's our emulate button action. When we do that, scene 1 is that keypad button, and I'm going to select it. We're going to go back and do the other steps that we have had to do. So we've named it action, and we want to put it in a room. And here it is. I can enter in here and activate that scene, either here or on the keypad, and they will track. Now, another reason that you might do this is if you have to create some sort of an action that is really beyond the typical scene, we've got to do some uncommon logic or uncommon programming. Another way that we can do that is we would create a task and associate it to one of 15 scene buttons that are on the Equinox device. These are just placeholders here for this intent to allow us to have these tasks built to buttons that aren't exposed on the keypad. So I have one here, and as you can see as we look at its programming, this isn't your typical thing. It's turning the lights on, but after 30 minutes they will turn off by themselves. So a little bit different, and so the only way to make that get that exposed to the interface would be through this process that we just saw. We would come back in to repeat exactly the same process. This is our temporary on, and we would add the emulate button. We'd select that, and then that name comes from what we named the button. And of course, we want to assign him as well to the room. And he shows up as well. Now, I want to emphasize that the user would have to have access to Design Center, which they won't, in order to modify these scenes. So use these only in the scenarios that we've described here, where we have to track to a keypad, or there's some complex programming or unusual programming that we can't affect with the options that are given to us to build a scene within the interface.